and staff enter the room. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to introduce the 2022 graduating class of John J. Duggan Academy. Please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance and the singing of the anthem, sung by Ms. Vanessa Ford and led by our students Hennessy Maria Cotto Gates and John Carlos Cabrera Colon. Let us welcome the class of 2022.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Yo prometo lealtad a la bandera de los Estados Unidos de América y a la república que representa una nación bajo Dios, indivisible, con libertad y justicia para todos.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave over the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you. Please be seated. Thank you, Hennessy, John Carlos, for leading us in the pledge. Hennessy Cotto Gates received a scholarship award from Gear Up, and she will attend STCC this fall. John Carlos Cabrera Colon received the Massachusetts State Seal of Biliteracy for high functional academic excellence. High functional academic excellence in multiple languages, and will attend Elms College in the fall to study medical science. And just singing the anthem there was Springfield's own and past Duggan graduate, who's been doing it for years for us, Ms. Vanessa Ford. Thank you, Ms. Vanessa Ford. Also, a special thanks to Chief Buttman and the ROTC team at Central, as well as Principal Tokars for supporting us again this year by posting the colors, or not posting, presenting the colors for Duggan Academy. Oh boy, we made it, huh? Whew. I would like to welcome all of you here tonight to a great night of celebration. with a special thanks to our assistant principal of the high school, Mr. William Snow. Done an outstanding job for us. Our entire admin team here has been outstanding, and those that aren't here, absolutely outstanding. I'd like to thank our guidance counselors, our deans in the high school, and all our deans, but our deans in the high school, Mr. Green, Mr. Anderson, Mr. Gill, Mr. Hurley. I'd like to thank the security detail outside. They're parking cars, helping us out there. Awesome job. And the teachers right here that are here tonight, and many aren't here, but many are here. So absolutely outstanding work every year. But the last 2 years in the pandemic, it's just been I don't have the words for it. I just thank you very much for all you do. I also want to thank our 12th grade advisor. Can I ask Ms. Sanchez to stand up? Emma Sanchez. Ms. Sanchez has built a team of students, officers that have led our senior activities. I want to recognize them. They're wearing medallions tonight, or medals. And so I'm going to ask them to please stand to be recognized. Our class president, Ryan Anderson, up here on stage with us. Our vice president, Winston Nee. Stay standing. Our treasurer, Demetrius Brown. Where is he? Our cultural liaison, Christina Ducille. And our secretaries, Casey Corkins and Nina Alvarez. Ms. Sanchez, the class advisor job is a job that does not have a job description but entails everything and anything. You've been a class advisor for 9, 10, 11th, and 12th grade, and you built an unbelievable team that kept our class together. Ms. Sanchez, we thank you and we thank your team for all the love and support you've given to our school. Thank you. Let's have a round of applause. Thank you, guys. You'll notice some of our students have a gray rope on them. That signifies legacy students, students that have been with us since 6th grade. We have about 36 of the 55 students here today. I also would like to highlight our high school guidance counselor, Ms. Vianney Gomez. With the support of the high school, Mr. Snow has helped our 55 students earn over $2 million in scholarships. And that's a lot for a small school. And it has increased our college graduation rate over the last 2 years. Absolutely outstanding. Thank you for your work, Ms. Gomez. And just this afternoon, I was informed of a few more scholarships that I'd like to just announce, and the students don't even know this. This wasn't part of this morning's deal. But $500 in scholarships for each of the 4 recipients. You'll get that check with your diploma. Don't come up. Just stand to be recognized. It's from the Craig Denny Memorial Fund. Craig Denny was a high school English teacher for 36 years in Springfield school system, where he also was a student growing up here in the city. He loved teaching and always tries to instill his students' love in learning, in both academics and in life. He hoped that some of them would soon hear the calling that he had to become a teacher. In 2013, he passed away, but a memorial scholarship was set up in his name to benefit deserving students who exemplify a commitment to education. And so we do have a few of those award winners out here, 4 of them. I'd like his wife, Ms. Kathleen Denny, to please stand. Ms. Denny, thank you for setting up this fund for our students. We have 4 winners here today, and I'll ask you to stand. Let's start with our John Carlos Cabrera. Can you stand? Ryan Anderson here in the front, our class president. Alicia Lopez, our salutatorian, and Jenny Bamaka. Congrats to all of you. Congratulations. It's a great award, and you should be proud of yourselves. Thank you, Ms. Denny. I would also like to extend a thanks to our superintendent, Mr. Warwick, for being here, of course, and his team. The district support has been outstanding. I got Mr. Roach out there, and Mrs. Yolanda Johnson was here supporting us this morning, making sure we were ready to go. But all the departments in Springfield Public Schools have been absolutely outstanding all the time, but over the past 2 years in the pandemic, really unbelievable. And the nursing staff, Jean Clancy and her team, and our nurses in the buildings, God bless them. They have done an outstanding job, and thank you for that, Mr. Warwick. Also, thank you to our Springfield Empowerment Zone team for their continued partnership and support. It's truly appreciated. Tonight we have our co-director, Matt Brunell, here, and we'd like to thank him. I'd like to welcome our Honorable Mayor Sarno. Of course, Superintendent Warwick. School committee members, Ms. Barbara Gresham was our speaker tonight. School committee member Josiah Gonzalez. School committee member Latonia Naylor, who also serves on our advisory board, and we thank you for that. School committee member Denise Hurst. And school committee vice chair, Mr. Christopher Collins. Okay, we're almost through the thank yous. And here's a very special thank you to our family and our friends that are out there tonight. It is your support and your dedication has led to the culmination of 13 years of school for your child and this high school graduation. Let us have a round of applause for our families and friends that are here tonight. And then finally, and most importantly, you guys, the class of 2022. You have made it. Mission accomplished. Feels good, doesn't it? All right, let's get going with the program. Enough of that. So our first speaker tonight is our mayor. He'll be giving us greetings. Mayor Sarno has been our homegrown mayor since 2008. He's a graduate of commerce in 1981. I thought they were shouting out what year you graduated. I didn't know what that was about. He received his bachelor's degree in psychology from Westfield State University and his master's from American International College. Let's hear it for our Mayor Sarno.
Good evening. To the class of 2022, how does it feel? To the parents and family members of the class of 2022, how does it feel? Every graduation, the parents and family members win out. No matter what type of day I'm having, this rejuvenates me to be before you, the students, and the family members of the graduating class of Duggan Academy. And when I think of Duggan Academy, one word comes to mind: family, a familia. Because how you all work together, staff, administration, teachers, students, and families. And I cannot say enough about Principal Mike Calvanese and his team, who have done a tremendous job in being recognized not only across the state, but across the nation. Many a times whether Governor Baker or other governors come to visit, They want to see the Duggan Academy example. So let's give a big round of applause to Principal Mike Calvanese and his staff and the teachers. To the award-winning students who are on stage, to our homegrown superintendent, Dan Warwick. Under his tenure, when I took over as mayor, half the kids in our school system were graduating. Unacceptable. And nearly 12 to 14% were dropping out. Under the leadership of Superintendent Warwick and his staff and administration, we are now at a graduation rate in the high 80s and a dropout rate of 1.9%. That's a testament to Superintendent Warwick and our school committee and administration. You're all part of that. To co-directors Matt Brunel from the Empowerment Zone and Colleen Curran, thank you for the partnership that we have here. To my friends and colleagues on the school committee, to Barbara Gresham, to Josiah Gonzalez, to Latonia Naylor, Denise Hurst, and Vice Chair Chris Collins. Let's give them a big round of applause. And to that golden voice, that powerful and emotional voice of Vanessa Ford, she never forgets her home. Let's give her a big round of applause. Now, you have two families, you know, two families. Now, you have your mom and dad and family members that are at home that put a roof over your head, clothes on your back, food in your tummy. And I know sometimes they might get on your case and give you a little booting behind, but they do that because they love you and they know that you can and will succeed. Now is the time. Let's give moms and dads and family members a big round of applause. Thank you for your continued belief and investment in our city of Springfield. Now you have a second family. That is the family of the administration, staff, and teachers of Duggan Academy. And I know sometimes they might get on your case and push you a little bit. And well, you're giggling there. I'm correct here. A little tough love. But they do that because they know you can and will succeed. Let's give them a big round of applause. Thank you to all at the Duggan Academy. So now, your foundation has been laid at home. Your skills have been honed at Duggan Academy. Some of you are going to go on to higher education. Some of you will go on into the workforce. Some of you will go on to military service, and Godspeed to you. By the way, to all our veterans, please stand up for a round of applause. It's because of your efforts we're able to lead the lives we lead. Thank you for your service to our country. So you know what really frosts me? Well, there's a lot of things that frost me, but what really frosts me is sometimes the way some media depicts urban centers across America, and especially our young people. And it really frosts me because they state, or they indicate, whether there's some people in Springfield, the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, the United States of America, that indicate a zip code is going to dictate your future. You continue to prove them wrong, and you dictate your future. Believe it or not, some of you are going to go on to lead right here in the city of Springfield. Some of you in the state of Massachusetts. Some of you in America. And even some of you in the world. Now, some might be in front of the camera, others behind the scenes, making for a better community and solving problems. This last couple of years has been surreal. A pandemic. So not every day is a good day. but there's always another day. And you've proven through your perseverance and fortitude that you can conquer anything. And I want to put across to you too, as you move on to your career path, soft skills. Sometimes your resume, when you're going to open that door, might not have the experience yet that someone else you might be competing against. But you know, if you go in there with being on time or being early, saying please and thank you, dressing properly, following through and say, I will go the extra yard, the person in front of you says, you know what, there's something about that young man, something about that young lady. He or she has moxie. And even though this other resume has a somewhat experience, I want to give that young lady or that young man the opportunity. And I ask of you too, as you move forward, not only to be proud of yourselves and your family and Duggan Academy, but our city of Springfield. You tonight represent the beautiful mosaic of the city, shining stars of the city of Springfield. And that needs to be highlighted. Now, the last thing I'm going to say, because I know you want your diplomas, am I correct? Would it have been better if I got up and said that concludes my remarks? I have to put my cheaters on now, or else I'll be playing the trombone here. So there's this saying, and I want to make sure I get it correct, and it's from Booker T. Washington, a very well-respected and famous African-American educator. And it's so, especially in this day and age, for you young people with social media, okay? Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, whatever, tic-tac-toe, whatever you have out there. But, and peer pressure, okay? Booker T. Washington stated, associate yourself with people of good quality, for it's better to be alone than to be in bad company. I am so proud of each and every one of you, and I wish you continued success and good health. Continue to go out and not only make yourself proud, but make the city of Springfield, Duggan Academy, and your mom and dad and family proud. Congratulations to the class of 2022, and God bless you. Go get them.
Thank you, Mayor Sarno. Our next speaker is our superintendent, Mr. Daniel J. Warwick. Mr. Warwick began his career with Springfield Public Schools more than 40 years ago and has a wealth of experience as a teacher, principal, and administrator. Rising through the ranks, Mr. Warwick's keen expertise, spirit of collaboration, and unwavering commitment has earned him a national reputation as a leader in education. Mr. Warwick, come on up. Thank you, sir.
Thank you and good evening. I'd like to begin by recognizing Springfield's mayor, the education mayor, Dominic Sarno. The school committee members with us here on the stage tonight, Barbara Gresham, Josiah Gonzalez, Latonia Naylor, Denise Hurst, and Chris Collins. Principal Calvanese, the faculty and staff of John J. Duggan Academy, parents, grandparents, and family members. Most importantly, I'd like to recognize our guests of honor, the Duggan graduating class of 2022. Whenever you accomplish something significant in life, it is important that you recognize the people who supported you along the way. I understand and value the role parents and families have played in this wonderful accomplishment. I'd like to take a moment now to give another round of applause to your wonderful parents and families. I always say the teachers and staff in the Springfield Public Schools are second to none anywhere. And I'd also like to take a moment now to recognize and publicly appreciate the outstanding staff at Duggan Academy. Thank you. Graduates, we are so proud of you. Many of you have overcome obstacles that may have stood in your way as you worked your way to your high school education. We are proud of your determination to stay the course through to the end. All of you overcame the obstacles of doing school amidst a global pandemic. You persevered through situations where your very ability to adjust and adapt may have been the difference between success and failure. Let those lessons continue to steer your journey into adulthood. Now, as we return to this majestic Symphony Hall for the first time in 2 graduation seasons, your class represents hope. Former President John Fitzgerald Kennedy once said something that I think is fitting for this occasion, and it goes something like this. Let us take that first step. Let us step back from the shadow and seek out the way. And if that journey is 1,000 miles or even more, let history record that we, in this land, at this time, took the first step. Thank you, class of 2022, for being the ones that took that first step. We are optimistic that this very occasion represents the dawning of brighter days ahead, and we are grateful for your resilience and your perseverance throughout your challenging high school years. As I bring my remarks to a close, I'd like to share some impressive data about this graduating class. 55 of you are receiving diplomas tonight. 46 of you have plans for higher education. 4 of you have plans to enter the military or attend a career school. And as a class, as Mr. Calvini said, you have achieved over $2 million in scholarships. We know that it is because of students like you that the district has achieved the biggest improvements in graduation and dropout rates over the last 10 years. That's all due to you. Thank you. Class of 2022, keep persevering, keep adapting so that you thrive in the face of life's challenges. And most importantly, keep stepping out towards new beginnings. Whether your next stage in life is the military, college, or career, we wish you all the best. Good luck and Godspeed.
Thank you, Mr. Warwick. Our next speaker is our school committee member, Barbara Gresham. Ms. Gresham is a Georgia native, has been a proud resident of Springfield for more than 30 years. Elected to the school committee in 2009, she serves as a chairwoman of the Student and Parent Concerns and School Safety Subcommittees. She is also the president of the Old Hill Neighborhood Council and serves as chairwoman of the Springfield Public Health Kickoff Committee. Ms. Gresham is the recipient of many awards, including the Change Agent Award, the William H. Carney Medal of Honor Award, the Massachusetts Unsung Heroines Award, and the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Social Justice Award. A nurse by profession, Ms. Gresham worked for more than 20 years as a program nurse for Head Start in Springfield. Welcome, Ms. Gresham. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Principal Cavanese. Good evening. It is my pleasure and my honor to bring you greetings from the Springfield School Committee, to say congratulations to you, the 2022 graduating class of Duggan Academy. Tonight is a special night for you, your family, and friends. However, I would like to take a minute to acknowledge the mayor of our city, Dominic Sarno, School Superintendent, Mr. Warwick, school committee members, and other dignitaries. We are all here to congratulate you and wish you well. You have laid the foundation for a lifelong success, and that is receiving your diploma. Your education doesn't stop here. You must continue to learn and explore all the great opportunities available to you as a high school graduate. Some days it may seem like the biggest part of your life is over, but the biggest part of your life is in front of you. So embrace your future with a mindset to make a difference. Believe in yourself, keep the faith, and remember, opportunity, diversity, equity, justice, and you will succeed. In closing, I wish you the good luck, good health, much success, and thank you.
All right, thank you, Ms. Gresham. Let's hear it for our speakers from the school committee and the mayor one more time, the superintendent. Now we get to hear from the kiddos. This is great. Not kiddos, young adults. Adults, it's not kiddos anymore. I got to go away from kiddos, so let's stop saying that. So, our valedictorian, Raylan Little. Raylan has a 4.25 GPA. I almost don't want to say this, but I'm going to say it. You had $500,000 in scholarships. So I have to find another Raylan Little to get over $2 million next year, so I got to figure that out. He is going to attend Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute, RPI, next fall to study computer science. In addition to that, Raylan is a member of the National Honor Society, and he's lettered in 3 sports, basketball, track, and cross country, and he's just a great, great kid. Come on up. And congratulations. Let's hear it for our valedictorian. Woo! Nice job, man. Proud of you.
So, first and foremost, I want to give a special shout out to my mom and dad. Without their guidance and support, I wouldn't even be here talking to you all today. So, good evening, Mayor Sarno, Superintendent Warwick, members of the school committee, Principal Calvinese, Duggan teachers, faculty, and staff, and all of my fellow graduates that I can see again on our final high school journey. Over the past 4 years at Duggan Academy, we've built friendships and pursued relationships that have only grown stronger here today. We learn not only of our academics, but also the importance of community. The interconnectedness here at Duggan has been strengthened by those that have been here since 6th grade. And although I haven't been here since 6th grade, my former classmates, along with several teachers, has welcomed me as if I were all along. So, to the group of classmates that I've stood beside for these 4 years, we've made countless memories that have highlighted our time at Duggan. Like in 9th grade, the moment our acting careers began, when we ventured into Romeo and Juliet, dramatizing the acts of love, war, and tragedy with great passion. Or in 10th grade, time when we went off to New York and sang The Story of Tonight and You'll Be Back on the bus ride back home. Even our junior year during the pandemic, we all remember how it was like to have gym class on Zoom. waving our arms in front of the camera because it was impossible to find space to do jumping jacks. Now, I still don't seem to understand why nobody complained about all the homework we got that year. In fact, we were only given homework that year. Now, this year, I vividly remember the day we dissected pigs. And I'll just say, that was my first day in the slaughterhouse. But nothing will beat the times when we repped the class of 2022 in all our pep rallies and whooped all the other classes. After years of hard work along with extracurriculars, we've all pushed through these turbulent times. This senior year is the modern version of a return to normalcy coined by President Warren G. Harding over 100 years ago, especially as we seek to bounce back from isolation, quarantine, and the impacts of COVID-19. We have all, and I mean all of us, done a superb job at teaching, learning, working, and adjusting to the shift from quarantine back to how things used to be before the pandemic, but with caution. I want to thank each and every parent who has sacrificed for their children and guided them to become the next generation of doctors and nurses, artists, engineers, and possibly our future president. I ultimately want to thank every parent for bringing to life the next pillars of progress and change in our society and the next leaders of the new generation. So I want to give a special thanks to a couple of teachers who have been recognizably unique in their craft of teaching. For one, to Miss Bailey, wherever she is. She and her cheerful demeanor will never be forgotten. I've never seen a teacher as enthused about math as Miss Bailey. Which only goes to show that her students are lucky to have someone who loves their job and her students as if it were a home and family. To Mr. Leone, his sarcasm and wit will forever be in this school's wall of shame. I mean, fame. But not only that, he was a light to the classroom, and his personality made our days in government ever more memorable. Even more, I'd like to thank our administrators who helped us to get to where we are. To Ms. Gomez, Gear Up, and the guidance department for helping us make careers out of our interests and desires. To Mr. Hurley and Mr. Anderson for hosting fun activities for us to enjoy as a break from our workload. To Ms. Sanchez for planning our senior activities, making our final year at Duggan ever more memorable. And lastly, to Mr. Calvanese himself for the years of building an ever-growing Duggan community and establishing a productive environment where under him, we can meet the goals that he set out for us as we continue to reach higher levels each year. While this may seem like a celebration of our success, ideally, it's a recognition of our farewell. We have all persevered through these 4 years amid an entire pandemic that could have upended our chances of graduation, but we chose not to let up. And now we're all here today, gearing up for a new beginning, and we can say farewell to our previous state of mind as we venture into the real world, starting our adult lives. For some, we can say farewell to our homes and even our parents as we move on to college or even to join the military. But with that farewell, at least we're all on to better things. Joining the workforce, starting our college experiences, and better yet, achieving the dreams we crafted as children. But then again, we never forget the triumph that led us here. So to wrap up, I want to give some final words of encouragement for our futures, and that is simply to never give up. As British Prime Minister Winston Churchill once said, "Success is walking from failure to failure with no loss of enthusiasm." Failure is a part of life and is what encourages us to learn, only for those who don't fear it. Sometimes, making mistakes is necessary to tackle first-hand experiences, like the futures we all anticipate. They're also to show that we're all humans and imperfect, so don't be overly discouraged when you fail or make a mistake, because upon our journeys, those mistakes are necessary to help us grow. So with concerns to our futures, we've already made it this far. Why stop now? Thank you.
That's awesome. Nice job. $500,000. What's that walk of shame all about, Mr. Leone? I'm going to have to go check out that classroom. I'm better off not knowing. Our next speaker is our salutatorian, Alicia Lopez. No, hold on. I'm not done. She applied to 16 colleges and was 16 for 16. However, she can only go to one school, so she selected Worcester State University to study mathematics with an intention of becoming a teacher. So, Alicia, I will hold a position for you when you come out of college. We need good math teachers. Let's welcome our salutatorian, Alicia Lopez. Sorry, there you go. Good job.
Okay. Ready.
You're good.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. My name is Alicia Lopez, and I am salutatorian for the class of 2022. These past 4 years were a struggle. They were as intense as intensity comes. But we made it. With that being said, congratulations. Now, we as graduates have to take a big step in life, take on more responsibilities, make a career for ourselves, and everything's going to change. I mean, even being here right now, on this stage, with this cap and gown on, it makes me tremble. And all I can ask myself is what comes next. I'm sure many of you are asking yourselves the same thing. I'm sure many of you are as scared as I am right now, awaiting that change, awaiting that moment where you cross the stage and life begins. I mean, actually, something I really struggled with at Duggan was change. I often thought of it as unwanted, as unneeded, and completely irrelevant to my life. I've had this mindset since elementary, and it wasn't until middle school I realized that my reluctancy to change was getting in the way of growth. I had very few friends back then. My grades were averaging C's, D's, and F's, and my mental health decayed. And the problem was, I didn't do anything about it. Honestly, I didn't even know how to do anything about it. What happened, you ask? A teacher named Miss Klein, aka Miss Sanchez. Every Saturday was spent in school staring at a computer screen, waiting for the problem to answer itself. What I didn't realize was that the answer to this problem was her. It was as simple as asking her for help. Instead, I didn't really ask. She could see I was struggling. But even then, she sat with me and allowed me to ask for help when I was ready. And she was there when I needed her. And because of her, my grades weren't anything to be embarrassed about. And because of her, I found a temporary safe space at Duggan. And the reason I say temporary is because, as we all know, after middle school, there's high school. And after high school, there's college. And each of those require more and more change. And I was just completely oblivious to that. I was oblivious to the fact that teddy bears would become childish, that teenage angst would become the new norm, and that everyone would be bagged with responsibilities. And we all had to mature. And I wasn't ready for that. I wasn't ready to get a job, but I knew I needed the money. I wasn't ready to get my license, but I really had to go places. And I wasn't ready to apply for colleges, but I really wanted to become a teacher. And something clicked. And I realized the reason this was so hard, the reason I was struggling so much, the reason I wasn't ready was because I wasn't asking for help. I was sitting with my arms crossed, waiting for the answer. But then I recalled to what Miss Sanchez did for me, and I applied that to my life. And well, look at me now. I'm salutatorian, and I've been accepted to every college I applied to. So one piece of advice I want to leave you with is that although everything's going to change, don't try to do it on your own. There are people waiting to help. There are people who want to help. There are people who will help. You just have to let them. And I want to give a special thanks to Ms. Shea. Miss Fellion, Miss Sanchez, there's a lot more. Mr. Leone, Miss Kristen, Miss Gomez, Mr. Anderson, and last one, I swear, last one, and Mr. Hurley. For not only being the reason I came to school, but for making my time at Duggan easier and more enjoyable. I also wanted to thank the rest of the Duggan staff for making Duggan a place where questions can be asked, a place where people are free to be themselves, a place suited for all varieties of students. A place called home. And, well, thank you.
Great job. Let's hear it for Alicia Lopez. I really do have a math position for you when you're done. We'll find a spot for it, right, Mr. Ward? Our next speaker is our class president, Ryan Anderson. Ryan led all the class officers, and she will attend Elms College next year to pursue a career in writing. We're excited to have her come up and speak. Come on up, Ryan.
Kind of freaking out. Hello and good evening. I'd like to welcome the esteemed guests, faculty, family, and friends who have come to see the class of 2022 graduation. You can clap. For starters, if you couldn't tell, I'm totally out of my element, despite being class president where speeches come with the territory. I'm nervous, kind of scared, not just for the public speaking and my habit of speed stuttering through a text, which I better not do, otherwise you guys wouldn't understand me. I'm nervous because I'm helping to herald in graduation, the gateway to the next step of our lives. It's hard not to be scared or worried when we stand at a precipice, the sun shining on us as we decide, do we take the leap? Do we plunge to our doom like Icarus, melting wax wings when he flew too close to the sun? Or do we soar, flying to the limitless? There's a lot to consider. To worry about, if we're being honest. The future is here. It's upon us. We're here at graduation. What comes after this? I thought a lot about what to say, the theme to my message, the advice that sticks with you, really sticks with you, not just out of politeness, but it means something. What can I say or promise that hadn't already been promised to us or said to us? What can I acknowledge? What'll make people feel seen? And I, for one, thought of the negatives. Well, not negatives, more so challenges. Like a loved one's death and coming to terms with the fact we won't see them again in this life. Or being a bullying victim that has to go home every day with bruised limbs and a broken heart. Some have experienced difficulties others have not thought existed. Memories we can't escape from. Others live through sleepless nights, worked through pain and sadness that comes with lifelessness. A good amount of us have lived when we thought we weren't living, when we weren't making it here. We found ourselves when we couldn't recognize ourselves in the mirror. We've lost old friends and have made new ones. We've worked our tails off to get what we deserved, or we've let go of things that suffocated us. Challenges can't really be ignored. They're all around us. We can't just focus on the achievements. We were shaped by all we have faced, and we grew from all we have learned. It'd be an injustice to ignore it. Because we went through all of that to just brush it off, ignore it. It doesn't feel right. From 9th to 12th grade, and a good amount of us since 6th grade, have taken on Duggan, the beliefs and values of the world at large, and these unseen authorities to make a stand, show them who we really are. Then the greatest enemy of them all, the greatest unforeseen challenge, resulted in us putting a pause on our lives for over a year. 2022, a year that will never truly leave us. Forced into isolation with bad Wi-Fi, no toilet paper, and a fear of never leaving that purgatory, we sank. Mental health deteriorated, friendships truly cracked, assignment turn-ins became scarce, Google became a best friend. Felt was the emptiness that came with disconnection. No one wanted to try anymore. But we still did. We still tried even though we really didn't want to. We adjusted and found ways to cope. We overcame and we continued maturing. Despite this major downfall, we chose to be better because we can't truly be kept down by anything. Not the pandemic, nor the several times World War III almost started, or when the Capitol got stormed, or now Putin and Ukraine. No classes without those rocky starts, and we started off rough as a class. Remember 6th grade? Yeah. But we grew from those pothole-filled roads to roads paved with gold. Of course, there's cracks here and there. Nothing is entirely perfect, and nothing has to be. Nothing has to be perfect. What even is perfect? We have to look in the mirror and love ourselves. We've trudged through the pandemic with our hands seemingly tied behind our backs, helpless to do almost anything, and yet we're here now, graduating. When hopeless, we make hope. It's just what the class of 2022 does. I can only assume some of you are scared, some disappointed. Others are never going to see each other after this, and a good amount of us can't wait to leave and start life. So here's to the memories of lifetimes we have lived and journeys we have made, to leaving the past behind when it comes to growing up and moving on, and to Duggan, who will be left behind in all its broken glory and will be here, reminiscent to the memories that came with this school family. But life waits for no man. I'd like to acknowledge and give thanks to a few. First, Ms. Shea for being great support when it came to myself and my writing. Listening to my mindless rants and geeking out over books with me. You provided a safe haven for kids to be themselves and find enjoyment in English, especially with the plays you helped put on, and the creating of a legacy that is Eric the Torchbearer. Thank you to Ms. Fellion for showing us perseverance when it came to our class being relatively quiet when she needed an answer. We appreciate you more than you know for simply trying for us. Thank you to Ms. Robinson for being the relief I found in a school each day, the teacher that was relatable and never steered from being true to themselves. You were also the one who allowed students to catch up on the latest updates and web comics in the morning during crew when we had time, which is very, very important. A special, special thank you to Ms. Sanchez for being there to listen and support the craziness that came with me in my life. You have been the shoulder many have leaned on, but the support I never knew I could find in a teacher. I was weary of interaction of any kind, and you showed me it's okay to lean on people and teachers. A huge shout out to my friends who have shown me that you can be human, flawed like anyone else, but perfect when you're not fake to yourself. I'll look back at the suspicious quotes and the memories we've made with a lot of fondness. Thank you to my mom for putting up with me, the overthinker, and the anxiousness that you can clearly see. You are my rock, even when you feel like you're chipped. And class of 2022, thank you for showing me a messy, lovely little family within Duggan. I could go on, but there would never be enough time in the world to thank everyone for what they have done for me. I'm getting emotional. To us, future college students, members of the workforce and new adults, the world is our oyster. There's still places left for us to walk, experiences to be had, memories to be made. I can only hope we'll come back to this moment, these tears and smiles, and remember how great we were as people and how much greater we will become. Thank you.
Let's hear it for our speakers. Ryan, that was awesome. You can see why she's going to be a great writer. She is a great writer. Let's hear it one more time for our student speakers. One more time. Great job. You know, thinking about Alicia's speech, sometimes we do get stuck and need help. And just because you're moving on today, just know you're still a part of our Duggan family. Always. Just remember that. Did you cough? Alum you're a part of a Duggan alum, reach out. There's clearly connections. If you ever need anything to get unstuck, call someone. I am so honored to present the class of John J. Duggan, class of 2022. Which will go down as our second class to come from 6th grade through 6th grade and our 5th graduating class. There's 36 of you. And then many of you came in 7th and 8th grade, a few in 9th, but 55 today and 36 from 6th grade. To the class of 2022, we're almost there. I'll be done in 4 minutes. All right, we're almost there. We have completed this journey at Duggan Academy. And we remember when you began, many of you back in August of 2015, as little 6th graders coming up from 5th grade. It's true. Excited and nervous, and now here you are, with caps and gowns, ready to take that official next step as graduates of Duggan Academy, and that next step in your life. At Duggan, over the years, we strive to focus on the habits of scholarship, of respect, responsibility, quality, and perseverance. Your legacy will be uniquely remembered as a class that has persevered through change. A class that had some of their high school years remote, some hybrid, but then you came back in the fall and it was clear there was still some uncertainty. Uncertainty about your friends, about your teachers, your admin, uncertainty about what the year would look like, even safety. But as the year progressed, and from observations and from speaking with your teachers, the overwhelming feeling was little by little, this class was coming together. They were truly becoming a Duggan family. For us as a staff, it was so refreshing to see you guys at prom. You guys look great. I was having a conversation with a few of your teachers at the event, and the event was beautiful. Ms. Sanchez and her team set that up outside the log cabin, outside with a tent, great food, great view. And for us, and for many of you, I know that will be a memory that will last the rest of your lives. But it was our kiddos out there, young adults, out there having fun, dancing, eating, just enjoying each other's company. It was truly something we needed after that pandemic, and it was a great memory. After years of pandemics and rules, it was just nice to have fun and unwind. It's over though. Now you got to wait 4 more years for another graduation or prom party or wherever that is. Each year, our Duggan seniors select and work with a local artist. And this year, they selected and worked with Mark Austin through a grant that Mary Kay Brown gets for us every year through the Mass Cultural Council. The seniors sketch a work of art that they want to leave as a mural on our senior wall. And this year, it is a picture of a rising phoenix coming up from the ashes, soaring high, clearly representing their collective experience of persevering through this pandemic. The class of 2022 knows how to persevere. They know they did. Congratulations on that. Use that habit to push you forward as you continue your journey. But do not forget the other habits that have brought you to this point. Quality, the importance of taking pride in your work and your reputation. Responsibility, the basics, being on time, maybe a little early, put the cell phone down. Be a team player, a leader. And finally, respect, the importance of being nice. And you guys are nice. It is always important to treat others the way you want to be treated. And someday, you never know who you meet, but those interactions in life come back to pay. So keep those relationships good. Always be nice. You don't know how that might help you in the future in your journey. And your journey is just beginning. And we hope and pray that you continue to use your academic skills, your kindness, your compassion to guide you as you move forward. You've accomplished a great milestone. But now, as you move forward, there will be challenges, there will be setbacks, and there will be heartbreak. And it reminds me of a quote that inspires me when faced with challenges, and it is a quote from Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. If you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving forward. We thank you and your families for choosing and staying at Duggan and trusting us and to help us shape our middle and high school. It has been my honor to be your principal for the past 7 years. And remember, work hard, be nice, and let's get going. I should have had Mr. Hurley come up and say that, right? And with that, let us move to the official presentation of the class. If I can ask Superintendent Warwick to please come to the lectern. This is the fun part. Now, can the class please stand? Just the class, please stand. Superintendent Warwick, as principal of John J. Duggan Academy, I certify that these seniors have met all graduation requirements set forth by the Springfield Public Schools and the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. It gives me great honor to present to you the class of 2022.
You have been certified as having met all the graduation requirements. By the powers vested in me by the Springfield School Committee and the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, I hereby declare the class of 2022 to be graduates of John J. Duggan Academy. You may now move your tassels from the right to the left.
Raylan Little. Alicia Lopez. Ryan Anderson. Avery Allard. Nina Cristal Alvarez. Kylie Anderson. Davilis Aponte Agosto. Jenny Maria Bamaca. David Barber. Taylor Bartlett. Hunter Curtis Barcombe. Danilo Berdu Perez. Demetrius Raymond Brown. Jaden Brown. Giancarlos Cabrera Colon. Jonathan Centeno. David Clark. Kaylani Coates. Alana Conde. Casey Renee Corkins. Ryan Coate. Hennessy Cotto. Gloria Cruz. Jaden Daniels. Juan De Jesus. Aiden De Leon. Chai DeLeslin. Christina Marie Dusil. Devin Frame. Wilbur Garcia. Destiny Gordon. Kiara Yvette Hernandez. Jamise Jolie Jackson. Riley Mary Faith Kelly. Arthur Lee. Jack Donald Mannix. Elijah Mateo. Stephen Miller. Crystal Makia Mills. Chris Nugent. Winston Nee. Jaylene Annette Ocasio. Neishalise Pinheiro. Sebastian Ramirez. Mariela Ramos. Christina Angelina Robledo. Jada Rosa. Brian Santiago. Jazeel Santos. Dakota Smith. Jari Tannen. Not at all. Samisha Wallace.
If you want. Let's have a round of applause for the class of 2022. Ooh, that's nice. I will do that one more time. I'm going to ask our dignitaries if they'd like to exit the stage. They're welcome to do so. Thank you very much. Thank you for being here tonight. Let's have a round of applause for our dignitaries. Can I ask our guests to please remain in their seats as we wait for our graduating class to march out? We're going to march right out the back, and you can obviously take pictures right outside front. Hopefully it's not raining. I think the weather's pretty good. But before we do, let us have one final round of applause for the class of John J. Duggan 2022. And for the last time, work hard, be nice, but let's get going. Here we go. If we could cue the music up top. Thanks, Antonio.